Naanasal kita sa another episode sa ato ang programa na Higyaw Mindanao. And this is courtesy of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts in participation with the tribal government of the Philippines. And tonight, alas 10:27 na po ng gabi, naging available ang ating panauhin na mula pa sa Cebu province ng island of the Philippines. At ikinagagala ko po na ipakilala siya sa inyo sapagkat isa po siya sa kasama ko rin po na lumansad sa pagiging senador noong 2019, kaya po kami ay nagkakilala. At siya naman po ay nagdadala rin ng mga IP group sa Cebu province. So yan po ang ating kakapanayamin sa kanya. Aalamin natin kung ano ang mga whereabouts ng mga ating mga katutubo sa Cebu, no? Pupunta tayo ngayon sa Cebu province. So ikinagagala ko pong ipakilala sa inyo, Rajah Humabon from Cebu province. Hello, Rajah!
Hello, maintak na sa tanan. Higyaw, Mindanao! I would like to extend the greetings and opportunity for inviting me sa Higyaw, Mindanao. Special mention ang ating Governor, Higyawan of the Tribal Government of the Philippines and the National Commission on the Arts, Culture and Arts. Salamat po, Princess, for inviting us in behalf of the Kidatuan, Kirajaan of Cebu and the Visayas Islands.
Yes, wonderful. Nako, actually, nafe-feel ko na magiging maganda ang ating conversation ngayon because our guest po ay isang IP lawyer doon sa Cebu province. So, Rajah, tell us more about yourself, tell us more about your clan, tell us more about your tribe. Go ahead, Rajah.
The Rajah, we are a reigning Rajah for, I inherited my throne to my ancestor, my great father, for 85 years. And we have been existing before NCIP exists, before IPRA law was made. So we are from the royal family of Tupas, Kirajaan sa Sugbo, the Singhapala or the Lion City is now Mabolo, district of Cebu. I would like also to extend the greetings from the Lapu-Lapu, Dato Tagilawod, and the rest of the Lapu-Lapu tribe of Mactan. Our tribal hall is located in Paho, Barangay Paho, Mactan. We are the Bonagin Lumad or Binagong Lumad. Actually, we started in 1994. Wala pang ipralo doon sa Salam Marawi City. The movement is called Tribe People, Christian, Lumad, Muslim, based on Salam, Barrio Salam, Mindanao's catalyst for peace and cooperation between bishops of Ulama Conference and the Lumad people of Mindanao, Visayas, and Katutubo of Luzon. So as of now, our alliance in missions for the Listed People Group is as a coalition of more than 50 of guys led by Sultan, and we also have other group which is KMI led by Julian, and the rest of the tribes coalition, and we are heading the NASIC that started as Mindanao Tribal Self-Governance led by Sultan Saud at way back 1960s and 1970s. So now we are in Visayas to continue the traditional tribal government for and in behalf, in general, the tribal government in the Philippines.
Wonderful.
And we are also a tribal lawyer. And we are the ones helping the recovery of the Boracay, the beautiful Boracay Island in Panay Region 6, along with Dato Maricudo, which is also the convener of IPRA, along with Joseph Buglas, the father of Jennifer Buglas, and Victor Saway. So now we are continuing the legacy with or without the NCIP. Hopefully, the NCCA will now recognize the race and the clan of Tupas and Humabon. According to them, we are no longer a Lumad because we are Roman Catholics. But in reality, we are still Lumad. And in fact, the term Lumad came from the Bisaya people. That is why, sana naman bigyan ng pansin.
Well said, Raja. Natutuwa ako sa iyo kasi talagang ganun ka heartfelt ang iyong pag-assert ng inyong clan and tribe. Well, the National Commission for Culture and the Arts really respects all tribes in the Philippines because sa pananaw ng NCCA, lahat naman po tayo katutubo. Yun nga lang, may mga nandun pa talaga sa tradisyonal na mga gawain. Okay, Rajah, matanong lang kita, no? Mga ilan po ba kayo sa grupo nyo ngayon? Sa iyong clan?
As far as our royal family is concerned, we have 5 sub-rajanate. The Rajanate of Sari Alhu in southern Cebu, the Rajanates of Sari Ukop of northern Cebu, the provincial Rajanate of Singhapala led by Sari Bantog, and the Cebu Metropolitan main Cebu, Central Cebu is Sari Parang, which is the father of Sari Tupas, the first cousin of Sari Humabon, Rajah Humabon. So, in general, the whole Visayas is 2.1 million Sugboanon as far as the Rajanate of Cebu is concerned. But as Visayas is concerned, we have the Kadatuan of Tugas in Siquijor, led by Dato Ehud. We have Kadatuan of Dapitan, which is Bohol, Taguhoy, and Sikatuna. We have Kinatuan of the Masao na Togara of Samar and Leyte. We also have the Kinatuan of Madyaas in Region 6 and the Bornean Datus, Datus Sumakwil, and then Datu Puti, and the rest is history. So all in all, as far as Rajanate of Cebu and the Visayas, we compose of Region 6, Region 7, and Region 8. And then that's more than, I think, 35 million Bisaya people nationwide. Wow. That is why we're very sad that we are 35 million. Even President Digong Duterte came from Davao and from Danao City. Duterte family, still a Bisaya. But then again, administratively speaking, we are not part of the listing because the NCIP 110 tribes is just a recycle list of the CNI and Panamin. Naging ONCC, OACC merged in CIP, and the OMA becomes in CMF. And until today, in reality, the tribes in the Philippines is 175. The only recognized minority tribe is 110, and the 65 majority tribe is not recognized by the NCIP, but recognized under the law, Republic Act 8371, Section 3, Paragraph H.
Okay. So,
and then it was asserted in Section 14. It is said like this in Section 14 under autonomous, that the Philippine government, the state itself, recognizes other tribes that are not included in the Muslim Mindanao or outside Muslim Mindanao, not included in Cordillera Igorot people. The other indigenous cultural communities or indigenous peoples are those Hispanic native converted to Roman Catholicism. That is why that is against the law in Section 3, Paragraph H, because the definition of an IP is it has a common history, a language, and a culture, and then as a territory before the colonization or within the colonization and before the arrival of the colonizers. That is why we are recognized under the international law, Article 4 of the United Nations Declaration of Rights, of indigenous people, and we are also recognized under the law of IPRA. What is happening? We are not no longer a cultural minority. It was removed already during Panamin, Marcos time. We are now all indigenous people. In Mindanao, it's called Lumad, and the other part of Mindanao is called Bangsamoro, and then in Luzon, it's called Katutubo, and we are in Bisaya, we are the born again Lumad or Binakong Lumad. That is why in your area, it's called Higyao, Mindanao, but in Bisaya, Hugyao, Kabisayan.
Nakakatuwa talaga to si Raja. Very lively. Alam mo Raja, dun sa sinabi mo parang nare-recall ko yung Philippine history natin sa mga libro na pinag-aralan natin sa mga school natin, ano? Kasi talagang namang totoo na umpisa pa lang ng Philippine history, si Rajah Humabon na yung nadatnan talaga nila Magellan at Magellan. So talagang it's about time na maintindihan talaga natin na meron pa palang mga salin lahi ang angkan ni Rajah Humabon. So can you please explain to us, kasi minsan hindi na masyadong naiintindihan yung Rajanate. Can you expound more on that and explain to us why it is called Rajah?
Tanong yan, Princess. No, bae. If you get the example of the Sultanate of Sulu, before it became a Sultanate, as the Muslim Arab people, missionary came from Saudi, they arrived in Sulu in the year 1280 AD. 1280 AD. In 11th century and earlier than that, in 900 AD, ang tawag sa kanilang leader is Saripada Daon and Saripada Dayang. And the Saripada, okay, was the descendants of the Rajah. Their first ruler is called Rajah. It becomes Tuan, it becomes Timuay, and then comes up with Adatu. Then they are converted to Islam. The Rajah is called a Sultanate. That is why the Datu only hold a barangay. Okay? But the Timuay and the rest of the Tuanship is called a tribal municipality or district congressman. But the Rajah composed of the provincial power. That's why they're called Rajah. That is the traditional indigenous political structure under Section 16 as per IP concern on the Republic Act 8371. Actually, there is a problem. There's a problem of historical error, and there's a problem of what we call a compromise publicity, because in general, sabihin natin, media, kalahati lang. I don't know. Because of the issue of market value or what is the demand of the market. But in reality, this is our cultural integrity, whether they recognize us or not. We already recognize ourselves. Even in Mindanao, in 1417, there was Itabunaway and Mamalo. The Tabunaway and Mamalo, their Rajah, their father is Dumauto. All right? And that Dumauto came from Sarilumay. Sarilumay came from Chula dynasty, and Chula dynasty is reigning Majapahit, Srivijaya, and then it is actually the what we call Maharlika Empire Kingdom. When you see an empire, empire is built by kingdoms, while a kingdom is built by the soldiers. We are all island kingdoms, ruled by Rajah, distributed to the Tuanship Timuay in the Luzon school Kabudong or Budong, and then the lower part is Datu. So that is the indigenous political structure. However, in the Sultanate of Cebu and Visayas, our political polity is called Mandala polity. What do you mean by Mandala polity? It is a round circle. It's like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table.
Wow. Wow. Oh, it's the first time I heard about it, you know. Go ahead, Rajah, go ahead.
So now, since we are already recognized by the international law, specifically on the international customary law, that is Article 4 of the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People. Please, please do not believe us. Do not believe me. Investigate. After you investigate, you can do nothing or do something. Because after all, it's about our integrity of culture. What is culture? It's like a student ID. If you're a student, you have a student ID. If you're an employee, you're an employee ID. But as a tribe, this is our cultural ID. If you remove our cultural integrity, whether it is intentional, accidental or not, if you remove our cultural identity, what is left? Only colonial entity. And that is the problem why we are scattered. Because we don't know where we belong, we don't know where we came from. Of course, we are confused in the near future. That is why it is very important to us. It is very important to all the Mindanaoan tribes, the Visayas tribes, and also the tribes in Luzon. Come to think of it, even in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei, Asa Bisaya, Luzon Bisaya, Dayak Bisaya, Ugis Bisaya, and in Visayas, there's Pintados Bisaya. That is why during the colonization, when what we call the Manila-Acapulco trade of the Spanish crown, they removed the trade route, they control the trade, and they remove our government. In July 3, 1565, during the time of Cebu Treaty, it started the confusion because it was us who made a blood compact to Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, and we actually bring the Christianity to all the tribes in the Philippines. That is why there is what we call Fort Santiago, fortress of the Spanish, but in reality, we are not defeated because we are deceived by the colonizers. We thought it is just a trade agreement like barter trade, but their interpretation is a surrender of sovereignty, which is not true. And we are not stopping. That is why our family continue the revolt and even becoming a Daguhoy revolt and then going to Socorro. It is what we call Coron revolt in 1925. Until now, that revolt of the tribe and royal family is still existing. No longer in the battle of the arms and cannons and guns, but in the battle of the court using customary law.
Wow. So that's how, ganun kahaba ang pakikibaka. Grabe.
Yes, definitely.
So, na-amaze ako sa'yo, Rajah. So, klaruhin natin, yung word pala na Rajah is really an IP pala yan siya. Kasi sa mentality ko, when you say Rajah, Muslim talaga siya. So, yung pala siya is IP na talaga siya na terminology before pa. So, naging
the Rajah actually is what we call Raja. It's an Indianized kingdom. Indianized kingdom. We are the Indian of the East in the Orient, pearl of the Orient Seas. It started in southern India. It migrated to Sri Lanka. Then it comes to the Thailand area, to the Vietnam area, to the Borneo, then arrived in the archipelago, accepted by the Negrito Maricudo tribe, which is Australian Aboriginals from Australian area. That is why the intermarriage of the Indianized kingdom, intermarriage to the Negrito, it is called what we call the Kalibugan. That is why the Maharlika in general is Kalibugan, because the black and the Kayumangi intermarriage is called Kalibugan. That is why, what do you mean by a tribe? Tribe is composed in this manner. Family plus family equals a clan. Kaya may tinatawag na clan reunion. Clan plus clan with a territory and language is a tribe. When a tribe intermarry to another tribe, it is called a nation. And when the nation has laws and constitution, it is called a state. That is why, as a state, we are the State Republic of the Philippines. As a nation, we are Bansang Maharlika. And as came from the tribes, came from the clan, came from the families. That is why we call the song, Ako ay Pilipino, Dugo Maharlika. Understanding?
Yeah. Ano ko kasi parang hindi ko na nakita sa mga libro talaga yan, Raja, no? Para kang yung walking IP encyclopedia ngayon.
We inherited the knowledge from our babaylan, from the Apo Magbabaya, Bathala, and from our Ginoo in Visayas. The problem is, when you go to Luzon, when you say Ginoo, it just refers to a man. But in Visayas, when you say Ginoo, it's Bathala, it is Apo Magbabaya. It's the supreme creator, created the heaven and the earth. That is why, even in the Lakan of Tondo, the Maharlika is only a free man. But in Visayas, the Maharlika is a royal blood. That is why we differ in polity, and polity differ on the origin, and that origin differ on the worldview, and that worldview differ on the polity, and that polity differ from each island kingdom, refer to each other's polities.
Wonderful.
That is why we're already a federal prior to the colonizers' arrival.
Yes, yung federal na yan. Federal na tayo prior pa sa pagdating ng mga colonizers. That's true.
In the context of the tribes, ganito federal natin, we are decentralized federal. Hindi tayo unitary federal. Kasi noong unang panahon, when the tribe has a common enemy like Limahong, the Japanese pirate, bago pa dumating ang ibang mga kalaban natin, when the Japanese pirate raid the archipelago island kingdom, all the Datu, Rajah, Timuay, wala pang sultan noon, they confederate one to another. Because we have individual problem that needs individual solution, we have corporate problem that needs corporate solution. That's why our federal is what we call decentralized federal, because when the enemy is defeated, they go back to each other's autonomy according to its areas. That is why the tribal federal is not unitary federal. It is a decentralized federal, respecting one to another according to its autonomies.
Definitely, which is really happening until now. Oo. Ganyan talaga kasi hindi pwedeng makialam yung ibang leader sa teritoryo ng may teritoryo. Pero pag may problema ang isang datu, pwede siyang sumangguni at humingi ng tulong sa ibang datu. Diba?
Correct. That is what we call now alliance.
The alliance. Federal pa rin ba? Okay.
That is why someone asked me, anong klaseng federal? Federal ba ni Lenny? Federal ba ni Gloria? Federal ba ni Duterte? Ang sabi ko naman, it should be a tribal federal. In the Oriental context, hybrid with the Western context, in order to cope up with the modern times, not leaving the Oriental setting.
Okay.
That is why on the what we call the Puno Commission, hindi mo makikita doon ang element of the tribal federal, because they always mention the federal format from France, from Germany, from etc. My friends, please, we are a nation influenced by the Western, and we are still in the Eastern country, so we have to cope up. I am proposing for a hybrid federal, not just a Western type of federal.
Okay, so may sariling version ka, Rajah.
It is not actually a sariling version. We have to be an inclusive federal, hindi yung exclusive federal. Kasi ang mangyayari dyan, kung doon sa puno commission ng primer ng federal, ng Bayanihan Federal, when we met in the hotel, in the lounging, I already told the team of the former Chief Justice Puno, I said to them, where is the tribal here? Where is the tribal court? You have a Sharia court, but where is a tribal court? Halimbawa, mag-aaway ang Manubok versus sa Taas-Usog, anong korte maglilitis sa kanila? The Manubok people has the tribal court in itself. The Taas-Usog has a Sharia court. In the US, there is a tribal court, no Muslim court. Why in the Philippines, we are more than the Muslim people in fairness, but we don't have a unified tribal court within the federal tribal government? What happened?
Okay, that's a
Yun ang
good
tanong ko.
Yeah, that's a very good point, no? But actually, when you kung yan naman po ang tatanungin, ang alam ko, Raja, meron na pong panukala ngayon sa Kongreso na talagang maglagay na ng mga tribal courts. Only that, I do not know what's happening right now, no? Mukhang hindi nadala ni Congressman Rodriguez. Kasi si Congressman Rodriguez ng Cagayan de Oro ang nagalatag nun sa Kongreso. But then, Raja, kahit naman hindi pa natin sabihin na gawin ng Kongreso, gawin ng Senado yung tribal court, we exist, the IP naman have their tribal courts na naman ever since. They have their customary way of, facilitating their kanang pagkuhan sa ilang mga problema within their domains. So siguro, yung sinasabi mo, unified tribal court, yan yung posibleng national level na tribal court na gusto mong ipanukala. And do you think, pag nagkaroon ba ng national tribal court, ang higaunon magpapalitis siya sa hindi niya kapareho ng tribo? How would that tribal court, national tribal court would function? How would that be organized?
That is very easy, Princess. Under the IPRA law, what we call commonly accepted customary law. Commonly accepted customary law. We believe each tribe has its own unique, distinct jurisdiction of customary law. Now, when I say unified tribal court, it should be a branch circuit court of Supreme Court. Kagaya ng Sharia court na mga Muslim brothers, sisters natin. Now, ang nangyayari sa atin, yes, we have our own judiciary system. But then again, it's still inside the executive power, executive branch of the branch of government, which is a quasi-judicial court under the NCIP. Wala siyang judicial power. In reality, under what I am pleading to you, my friend, all the tribes in the Philippines, kung sino nakikinig sa akin, we are pleading to you that we should have a branch circuit court of the Supreme Court called a tribal court like the U.S. tribal court in United States of America.
I see your point. Yeah, I see your point.
Tayo sabihin ng kuwasa judicial court, yan ay semi-court. Ibig sabihin,
Oo. Kumbaga lagi na lang dun sa level kung saan yung problema, dun lang.
That is why our problem is always revolving in the office of Malacanang. In our times, it is called admin time.
Oh, nawawala. Okay.
It has no judicial power. Kaya ang nangyayari sa tribal, pumupunta sa United Nations for decolonization. That would be the last resort. At mahirap ang decolonization. Maaring magwatak-watak tayo bilang mga isla, watak-watak mga tayo bilang teritoryo, at watak-watak tayo bilang tribal government. That is very crucial issue.
Yeah, I understand your point because there are national issues that should be solved in the National Tribal Court. Oo. Kasi nga naman yung Oo. At saka may mga international issues then supposed to be like I see your point, like for example the problem in Sabah. It concerns also the indigenous people of the part in Hulu-Sulu, like something like that, and it should be dealt with in the National Tribal Court. So what do you think? So ibabalik ko po sa iyo yung ibabalik ko sa iyo yung panukala mo, tanong yung gusto nyo. Ano pong gagawin natin para makapagtayo tayo ng National Tribal Court?
Very simple. Very, very simple. We need somebody in the Congress will going to sponsor it, and the tribal government will going to be the lead convener in the Senate hearing, and it will become a Republic Act, and then that will be under the judicial branch of government in the Philippines. Hindi na tayo under ng Malacanang. Yung ating tribal court will be under the Supreme Court, the highest law, the highest judiciary law. Yung ating kanti, magiging judiciary kanti. Hindi lang siya administrative kanti. Kasi kung magiging admin kanti lang yan, ng NCIP, kung sinong malakas sa administrasyon, yun lang ang malapit sa luwag. That is why nagkulo-gulo na tayo. Dahil kung wala na presidente mo, wala namang bisa.
Understood. But actually,
right? Judicial title na ang permanent title of the tribe. We will make the country as judicial title, not Malacanang admin title.
Okay.
Kasi kung maging judicial title ang country, pwede na tayong papasok ng investors, meron na yung tinatawag na what? Ang tawag dyan, pwede na siyang gagamitin sa bangko, pwede siyang maging guarantee. Doon lang magagamit ang country as sovereign guarantee. Until it is not a judicial title, it has no sovereign guarantee. Wala tayong pundo.
Yeah.
Wala tayong pundo. Umaasa lang tayo sa awa ng mga NGO.
I see your point. Oo. Kasi nga ngayon, tama ka Rajah. Kasi nga ngayon, kahit pa malalaki ang mga kanti natin, nafo-fall pa rin tayo, kagaya here in Bukidnon, ang mga kanti dito, rinirentahan ng mga multinational companies. So kung you mean, pag naging judicial kanti na siya, mismo ang IP na, ang pwede mag-guarantee.
Yes.
But do you think is it parang pag kasi ginaranti na sa bangko, parang makakatakot na Rajah. Hindi ba tayo mabaon sa utang ang mga kadti holder niyan?
No. What you mean by sovereign guarantee? No, no, no. Not like that. Hindi yan guarantee, makinig.
Go ahead.
We can get 30% from the BIR collection.
Oh.
30% from the Bureau of Internal Revenue Collection, maliban pa sa investor. Kasi it is a judiciary. Alright? Sa ngayon, punta ka sa BIR, hindi ka nila bumalik ka pa rin sa NCIP, forum.
Yeah. Everything is under NCIP right now. Mm-mm.
Kaya yung NCIP, kumukoleksyon ng marami. Doon na korupsyon. Lumag Brothers, tanggalin ang NCIP, palitan na yan, Hinayang Commission of Department of Indigenous People Justice.
Yes, yes, yan. Isa yan sa pinaglaban natin, Department of Indigenous People.
Kagayang Department of Justice. Kasi ang komisyon ay limitado ang kapangyarihan. So dapat magkasabay ang bill na yan. Ang NCIP gawing Department of Indigenous People Justice at meron pang National Tribal Court.
Wow.
Judiciary Branch Court of Supreme Court. Kagaya ng tinatawag nila na Circuit Court. Kung tawagin ay Sharia Court, Circuit Court of the Tribal Court. Bahagi na tayo ng budget ng Judiciary Branch of Government.
Okay. Yeah, yan yung sinasabi ko na dapat yung mga baylan natin. I get your point now, Rajah.
Saan tayo maghihiring, sa ilalim ng puno ng mangga, sa waiting sheet, kaya pagkatawanan tayo ng mga bullshit.
Yeah. Definitely, Rajah. Kasi talaga sa mga ikot-ikot ko, naawa ako sa mga baylan natin, sa mga
Kaya pinagtatawanan tayo kasi
nagsisettle ng mga... Yeah. Kasi nga hangga't walang budget ang tayo from the National Court, hindi rin makakagalaw ang mga datu to settle the disputes properly na recognize ng ating gobyerno.
Of course. Kaya marami sa atin na discourage. Kasi kahit saan Cebu, alam mo, marami sa mga datu na discourage dahil hindi niya ma-fully implement ang kanyang judiciary power. Hindi niya fully ma-implement ang kanyang executive power. Dahil, bakit?
Go ahead, Rajah. I'm listening.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yan ang dahilan bakit tayo ikot, hindi tayo natatapos. Para tayo.
So you mean, Rajah, that's the very reason why you are
isang
running?
palaka na nahulog sa balon. Yung palaka nahulog sa balon, akala na yun lang. Kailangan natin umupo bilang senador, princess. Mas maraming tribal na senador, mas maganda. We need more votes in Senate. Kasi hindi na tayo naiintindihan.
Yeah, definitely. Ganito, Rajah.
Kaya kailangan natin tayo mismo ang umupo doon at kailangan
Yan. Okay, that is yan ang inspirasyon mo, Raja, sa paglansad sa politika, ano? Oo, so ngayon naintindihan ko na kung bakit ganyan kasidhi ang iyong damdamin patungkol sa pakikibaka. I'm very sure, Raja, your point of view hindi pa masyadong naintindihan o nakita ng ibang mga leader yan. Kasi busy pa sila sa kanilang territorial jurisdiction, dun lang sa locality nila. But your mentality is more on a national level na kailangan talaga magkaroon tayo ng sovereign, yung sinasabi mo pa na magkaroon tayo ng sovereign na pagkilala. True legal process pa rin. True legal process pa rin talaga. That's why, actually, Raja, dapat talaga ngayon, sa panahon ngayon, ako, kahit pa hindi, Raja, ako talaga, even though I ran last 2019, hindi ko linalagay sa isip ko na every election magraran ako. Ito lang ginagawa natin to para yung mga IP leaders din, mamulat sila sa katotohanan na there is more to do. Mas marami pang dapat gawin na para mas malagay sila sa tama, mas malagay sila sa magandang kalagyan, na hindi sila madidiscriminate o na hindi nila sasabihin na hindi sila pinakinggan. Kasi sabi mo nga, nagkaroon ng National Tribal Court na yan, nandun na yung pagkilala na kahit ano pang ipasa ng mga problema, meron ng budget, meron pang pagkilala. Kasi unang-una talaga is pagkilala at saka yung budget na yan. Importante talaga yan. Kaya I salute you, Rajah, for your very informative and meaningful, meaningful talaga siya na, alam mo yon, na parang nakita mo na yung dapat gawin eh. Rajah, may I know, personally, what's your educational attainment po ba? Kasi yung pananaw mo, parang hindi ko nakita yan sa ibang mga dato eh. Parang educationally, how far have you gone in education po?
Princess, with due respect to everybody, I am just a janitor with 6 doctorate. Ako isang janitor na may 6 na doctorate.
Wow, doctorate. Yeah.
Doctor of Theology, Doctor of Ministry, Doctor of Humanity, Doctor of Divinity, and Doctor of Customary Law. That's why I am an educator, I am a bishop, I am a tribal council, and I am your midwife, and I am just a janitor of all. A janitor.
Oh, all in one,
Both and abroad.
Wonderful, wonderful. It's really nice to know na merong ganitong Rajah around the Visayas region na talaga naman who's fighting for more profound, mas malalim na pakikibaka patungkol sa kalalagyan ng mga katutubo sa bansang Pilipinas. So Rajah, I know na napakalalim na ng ating napuntahan na sa usapan natin. Are there more issues and concerns you need to raise na iparating natin sa mga kababayan nating katutubo? Other than the tribal court, other than the,
Ito lang, pakiusap lang naman kung pwede lang. Again, there are problems that are individual in nature that needs individual solution. There are also problems that is already a corporate problem that in the Aita of Sambales, what happened in Boracay, what happened in Cebu and Mactan, what happened in Mindanao, we have the same unit, yung national problem. Yung ating agawan, ang ating teritoryo, dahil yung ating
Patay. Ahead, Rajah.
Kaya nga, ang ating kapangyarihan, akala ng lahat, yan ay enough. Hindi po yan enough. Kasi tayo ay quasi-judicial power only under the mercy of NCIP. My appeal to you, buwagin ang NCIP, palitan niya ng Department of Indigenous People Justice, kagaya ng Department of Justice, at maitayo ang tinatawag na national court tawagin at bawat tribo magiging tribal circuit court ng Higaonon, tribal circuit court ng Mabuo, tribal circuit court ng Saya, tribal circuit court ng mga Igorot, circuit court ng mga Ati. All in all, it should be 175 tribal court, tribal circuit court, which is the branch court of the Supreme Court, highest court of the land, which has the budget of the judiciary branch, at meron tayong sariling building, may sariling korte na talagang tawagin. Hindi yung korte-korte lang na kagaya ng basketball court at food court. Maganda sa lahat.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Oo. So, siguro hindi naman yung pagsasabi mo na buwagin, ibig sabihin i-promote natin ang NCIP into a department. Kasi baka may masukwa ang NCIP. Baka sabihin nila na anti-NCIP.
Yes, from commission.
Taasan ang level ng NCIP. Okay, so but then Rajah, I have a question. Since April law, NCIP.
Hindi tayo anti-NCIP. Ang ibig ko sabihin, ang NCIP ay isang sa Pilipinas lang. Hindi sa mga.
Yes, yes.
Oh.
Definitely. Yeah. It's just for clarification purposes. Okay. Hindi kasi, di ba kasi sa April law, ang linagay talaga doon, it is the NCIP. So kung maggagawa ng another law ng tribal court, yeah, you really have to be in the Congress or you really have to be in the Senate to do that, Rajah.
Hindi na. Sampat, yung tinatawag na senior citizen at PW yung batas na yan, wala yung enhance. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, bigyan kita ng example. Yung PWD at saka senior citizen, dati wala yung mandatory 20% discount. Alright?
Yeah.
Ginawa nila, gumawa ng panibagong batas, inamindahan nila, ginawang enhanced PWD at saka Senior Citizen Act or Law na mandatory ang discount nila. Alright? In the same manner, we will have another enhanced law of IPRA law.
Yeah, amended law.
Hindi natin we will enhance it with a superior law, Superior Republic Act. Kasi pag hindi natin gagawin yan, yung sardinas na NCIP, mananatiling sardinas yan. Hindi yan magiging balyena. Dapat magtawagin yang tawagin yang Department of Indigenous People Justice at ito naman ating tribal court, panibagong batas, tatawagin siyang National Tribal Court at yung mga tribal, indigenous people may kanya-kanyang branch circuit court, kung tawagin ay tribal branch circuit courts.
Okay.
Klaro po ba yan?
Yes, yes. I think I think by now you should have the draft of that law, because whether or not makapasok tayo in politics, we should be doing that. We should lobby that to the Congress and to the Senate. You must have a draft of it already, you know.
We are calling for a national convention. We are calling for 165 convention, and to draft it within ourselves. So we have to agree in a common language. There is no unified customary law, my princess, our princess.
Yes, yes, true, true, true.
We need to convene again to create a unified, commonly accept. Until it is done, then everything will be a Disneyland.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope so that Disneyland will come soon. Okay.
Because as of now, we have exercised only unique, independent, distinct customary law. We have to come up with a unified national needs a convention, not just 110 tribes, but 175 tribes in both cultural minority and the cultural majority. Walang cultural minority kung walang majority floor leader. Taro po ba?
True, true. Okay. So I think we have information coming from you. Rajah. Okay, Rajah, can we request for this is just to break the ice, no? Kasi masyadong mabigat yung ating usapan. Baka pwede mo kami bigyan ng kanta na yan, Cebuanon dyan. We're very, very excited to listen, you know.
Cebuanon song, a very famous Cebuanon song. I believe many of you know the song. Alright? Kasi ang iniisip ngayon ng mga katribo natin, mahirap yan, hindi tayo sanay. Mahirap yan. Merong Bisaya song na ganyan eh. Yung, I will sing some lines of that and you can continue. Let me start the song. Ambot kong nganong daghay mga upaw ug ulo, hining klasiha sa tawo, kasagarang makalbo. And then the doctor said, kaysa dugay maanad ramo. You see, anad-anad lang yan. Sanay-sanayan lang yan. For the meantime, hindi tayo nasasanay. Sanayin natin ang sarili natin to implement our commonly accepted customary law within our convention. Like the people of Canada, they have what they call AFN, Assembly of First Nation, which is the assembly of the indigenous people of the tribes in Canada. If Canada can do it, why not the Philippine tribes in the Philippines? Magandang gabi, magandang umaga, maayong taknak ang itong tanan, Hugyaw, Mindanao! Higyaw, Mindanao!
Nakakatuwa ka talaga, Rajah. Nodal moment with you. Nodal moment with you. So, on behalf, also, we are going to end our session, Rajah, no? Because I know maganda yung naging flow na usapan natin. So, I think, yes, drafting that law, kung magda-draft man tayo, kailangan ipadaan talaga sa mga convention. So, hopefully, no, with Governor Higawan, the tribal governor, we could meet you there in Cebu or wherever, basta okay na ang panahon at pwede na tayong gumala-gala. Ngayon naman, pwede naman through communication via email, no? para lang may mangyari na umuusad na mga trabaho for the indigenous people. So on behalf of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and the Tribal Government of the Philippines, Rajah Humabon, I'd like to congratulate you for having such a brilliant mind and a brilliant proposition or proposal for the indigenous people. Isa ako sa nagpo-pray na the NCIP would really, recognize your clan, your group, but then with or without the recognition, you deserve to, self-govern. You deserve to, do what it takes para lang makilala at magampanan nyo bilang Rajanate ang inyong mga responsibility in the island of Cebu. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Sa mga apo nato diha sa Cebu, nagapasalamat jud ko nga anay usa ka tawo nga pareho ni Rajah nga grabe kahagtik ang ulo o ang kanyang mentality. It's really, it's really hard to find someone whose mind is far beyond the ordinary. Kaya Rajah, kailangan paningkamot diha. Paningkamot jud na, for the sake of the motherland and for the sake of all the tribes. Naiyak na tuloy ako, Rajah. So, any parting words, Rajah? Go ahead.
To thank the tribal government of the Philippines, also Governor Higuawan and the National Commission on Culture and the Arts, yung commission na yan. Sana may awa ang Panginoon, ang atong Ginoo, ato mababaya. This has been the deepest longing of all generations. And I think, and I believe, it's the time to convene, time to unite, time to solidify, concretize what needs to be done. And if we cannot do it in our generation, we will wait another 50 years. And that is a long time, another time of waiting. Sana po, bigyan natin ng pansin yung ating sitwasyon. Because until we do something, nothing will happen. Magandang gabi uli, magandang araw sa inyo kung kayo naman ay nasa ibang bansa. At maayong takna atong tanan.
Yes. Okay.
Salamat po, Bayo Princess, YouTube or anumang platform. Salamat po.
Yes, okay. So thank you. And to all the tribes around the world, we are, greeting you with all gladness. And I hope na in this pandemic season, all of you will be able to secure yourselves, secure your clan, secure your tribe, because this is the time that you have to unite to secure everybody around. So Rajah, thank you so much to the clan of Cebu and to all the tribes in the Philippines. Mabuhay, mabuhay, mabuhay! Higyaw! Mindanao! Bye-bye!